Terra Mystica, hosted by Terror Mystery Cats. I'm Superczarny, and here today I'm with Ejay. Hi Ejay, how is it going?
Hey. I'm good, thank you. I'm getting a bit of an echo. Is that coming through on the stream?
Oh my, first of all, yeah, that's right. Well, we'll see about that. Let's hope it's gonna work. I've gotta change a few things here, so why don't you tell us what's gonna happen here while I figure it out?
Sure. So this is an exhibition match, the European Clash with Team Europe from the International Clash. So the International Clash, for those who don't know, even though it was the biggest and best thing that happened in Terra Mystica, was a tournament between different nations around the world. Superczarny and I were media reps for Team Europe, so we were with the guys while they played, and we've got the greatest players from Europe who are in the Team Europe for the international clash here today to play a game against each other. We've got Xevoc, we've got Bicegoa, we've got Ginooo, and we've got Haligh.
And we've got
So yeah, it was a great tournament. All credit to Bizzle for what a fantastic tournament that was earlier in the year, quite earlier in the year, and credit to Team Canada who managed to win. Team Europe did not win, unfortunately, but we're going to have this match. And then the added twist is that the setup for this match has been arranged by the current reigning Fire to Open champion and fellow European Ninja. So Ninja has gone through and given us an exact setup that we're going to use. The guys don't know what that is yet, so they haven't had any planning. We're going to tell them now, and then they're going to set the table up and have at it. It's an interesting setup. Ninjas sent it to us in advance. Obviously, I'm looking forward to seeing what they make of it. Yeah, I think that is about it. We do have the guys on the voice chat, so they can say hello. Do you want to say hi, Team Europe, quickly?
whoever is
Hi.
unmuted.
Hi guys.
Hey, this is
Hi
Haligh.
guys.
Yeah,
Hi.
everyone is here. Great. The only thing that is to be said is that we're gonna play guys are gonna play in training mode because I simply forgot that you cannot choose the settings that we wanted to in normal mode. So we'll have to keep track of the time. But yeah, we're here to play, not to talk too much. So Hala, you're the host of this table
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you what settings should you choose. So we've got the regular auction and this kind of stuff. So the map is Fire and Ice for today's match.
All right.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, you've got a mini expansion on. It's the official one with all these additional towns. No landscapes, no Fire and Ice scoring. So pretty regular, pure Fire and Ice map. And in terms of rounds and pastiles, round six is first. Okay, we can start with round six. So round six, if you'll be so kind as to choose dueling event with 4 power per fire cult. Yep. Round four is the other dwelling round. So uh, one priest for water cult. Then round four, I'm sorry, we've got trading posts with 1 spade per water cult. Then we have round three digging round. Round two town round, forming towns. And round one, it's gonna be the temples.
Got a digging round. Round 3 digging.
Round three digging round, round two towns, round one, temples. And the 3 bonus tiles that we're missing will be dwelling tile, trading post tile, and ship VP tile. So Bond 6 is the only uh, VP pass tile remaining in the game.
Sash scoring.
Yep.
It'll probably be easier to see once everyone can look at it on the
Yep.
board and understand it, I guess, once we get into the game.
Let's just double check if everything is alright. Min expansion faction. Um, I think I think it looks alright. Without further ado, let's get down for it. You guys can start at any moment. We're gonna move to the other voice chat, Ejay, right?
Have a good game, guys.
Have a good game. Good luck.
Thanks.
See you later.
See ya.
Thank you. See you.
Okay. Ejay, are you here? Back with me?
Hey, mate.
Okay, we're good. We're good to go.
Should
Yeah.
I tell you what drink I'm having, by the way?
Come again?
Because this is the European Clash,
Mm-hmm.
I am having a glass of champagne. Cheers, everyone.
Oh. Cheers.
It's a fancy evening European Clash game.
Okay, looks like they started. Can I join as a spectator? Yes. Let's do it. So, we, as everyone already knows, we were Ninja sent us the setup in advance, so we knew exactly what's gonna happen like a week ago already. EJ, what are your thoughts on the setup?
Well, Superczarny, this is a high coin, pretty low worker game. No, I'm not just going to read out everything you sent me. It's basically we've got a kind of it's a high econ, super high econ track scoring game with no bonus tile scoring, right? That's the kind of rough thing we're going for here. I think is what Ninjas tried to put in here. So the only bonus tile scoring we've got is the big buildings, which is also the highest decon bonus tile with the 2 workers.
Right.
And then we've got repeated cult bonuses. So right from the beginning, you've got those 2 earth bonuses following on the priest cult reward bonus on the round tiles, and then following that up with 2 water cult bonuses. So like repeated cult income is going to be really interesting. We've got round 3 digging as well. So there's going to be a lot of cult income, a lot of income from the past tiles. Coins are everywhere, and then hopefully we're going to see some kind of like record track scoring numbers, depending on what faction they put in, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably not expecting Earth 1. I think, like you said, Earth 2 is going to be the flavor of the day with those Earth cult rewards and the late dwellings. So, yeah, that's the other thing is the track is set up for like loads of late scoring with those 2 late dwelling rounds. Late trading posts in round 4 is a nice time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, chickens. We've discussed that earlier. Priest to Earth on free spot is actually pretty strong here, and as I've mentioned, as we've discussed earlier, it might be equally good to any spade action, round 1 even. So yeah, but we've got 3 factions already. These are the ones that we've predicted somewhat. So we've got Halflings in the first seat, uh, and it's most likely just a denying move. No cultist here, it's just silly good cultist track. We've got dwarves, which is also a very good track for them, but I was curious if they would put it because it's very nice map and dwarves are generally very strong here. We've got fakirs, another faction that can abuse late dwelling rounds. They can open double temple maybe, and they do not need victory points both from past tiles and Earth 1. There shouldn't be rush for that. The last pick is pretty interesting for me. It's alchemists, and in such a I'm not sure what I think Bicegoa just wanted to spice things up. It's a high coin game. There are no victory points in the pastimes, so and all the dwelling rounds are around 5 and 6. So I'm not sure what the bidding here should be, actually. Well, the one thing is certain, alchemists are the 30 faction here. That's for sure. We've got sandwich halflings in the first seat, and the thing about the first seat here is that since we're missing almost all of the victory point pastiles, we're left with 5 pastiles that are very good for round 1. So we've got both tempship, I mean all of the tempship, priest, spade, two workers, and worker power. So um, no matter what the other factions take, halflings are gonna get at least one of them, and all of them should be pretty good for the first seed here. So they're still in a pretty good advantage here, although they're obviously sandwiched here. What are your thoughts on the factions here? EJ, EJ left the production voice. EJ abandoned me. I'm here on my own. Okay. So yeah, as we the, dwarfs being bid on, yeah, that's understandable. They're out, they're on the opposite side of the color sandwich there. But EJ, are you back?
I'm back. I'm back.
Good,
I'm
good.
sorry.
Sure. No
Sorry.
worries, no
What
worries.
happened?
We're good, we're good. Um, we've got some bidding here. Dwarves and fuckers being bid down, which is that's actually pretty.
Dwarves.
Yeah,
Hmm.
well, yeah, dwarves are generally considered to be the worst faction on this map, but as I've mentioned to the chat, they're on the opposite side of the color wheel, of away from all the
Hmm.
other three. And fuckers without landscapes is still a pretty fragile pick, I'd say. And yet these two factions
Yeah, especially when you
are a
got
bit down
halflings.
on. Yep. So I'm not really sure if there has been a game like ever on Fire Nice map with these factions and these biddings because that just seems so odd, I would say.
Yeah, this is a good one, huh? Yeah, I like it. How are alchemists gonna do? They're probably gonna get 2 temples with the big building round 1. Are they gonna go that way? Alchemists are
Mm,
always weird on this map anyway.
um, yeah, well, alchemists are kind of tricky. Uh, they were everyone expected alchemists to be pretty strong here, but uh, after the Very Nice Arena season, everyone pretty much agreed that they're not as strong here. And they have some play. You can obviously have some good games with them here, but it's kind of tricky. Um, I wouldn't be surprised with discussed that earlier, but we've got halflings, dwarves, and fakirs. I'm not sure. Uh, well, that's probably out of question. We will see no Earth 1 rush here. So Alchemist will probably start with the temple for Earth 1. Probably Spade Scroll. Uh, there's something to be said about the temp ship. They can get, they might get a tempo on Act 5 at least. So if they start, oh, I need to have my indexes on. So for example, if they start in the sender, there is no blue faction, so Alchemist can easily single dig D6 and move to D5. Um, for example, with just a temp ship or something like that. But I don't know. Probably none of these guys has a clear gameplay for Alchemist here yet. They're bidding on dwarves
Yeah.
and fakers here.
Who was it who put halflings in? Was that Ginooo? You said in advance you thought that we'd have halflings picked as a cultist block, and that is exactly what we got. Although there is digging as well. Yeah.
Yeah, although I didn't expect Ginooo to be the one to do it. All the other three guys, well, Haligh and Xevoc, they prefer halflings over cultists. And as we've heard recently, Bicegoa puts halflings in every single one of his turn-based games. So yeah, I thought Ginooo might be the only one that could actually think of picking cultists here. But yeah, speaking of that, there is a lot of space in cults right now. Apart from dwarves, who might struggle a bit on this map, we don't have a clear cult faction here. So maybe halflings or alchemists could go semi-culty game here. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, halflings after they get it's tricky, isn't it? Dwarves are going to try and win Earth, obviously. Have we talked about who gets the priest to Earth? I guess
Um,
it's
you know what? I'm not really sure. That would probably be Fakirs. I expect alchemists. Well, alchemists shouldn't be that interested in that priest to Earth here. They have other things
no,
in
it's
their
not that
mind,
good.
like yeah, like a spade or a temp ship. Probably a spade. So I would expect Fakirs to get their hands on the priest. And the question is if they want to put it on Earth. Probably yes, with Earth 2. That'll be a pretty strong opening, and maybe that's why those guys are bidding on them so much, because of that possible priest that they're getting here.
Yeah, yeah, that seems pretty good, doesn't it? Definitely. And yeah,
Yeah.
if and the other thing is that late expansion. So I don't know what maybe getting that priest to Earth, or I mean, for alchemists, getting Earth 1 is more valuable than double digs to begin with. When you build the dwellings is the interesting one.
Okay, so I was already wrong. Alchemists are in the verdict faction here. Halflings are, for now, by 7 victory points margin. So I was 7 VP wrong here. And yeah, the next important issue is where everybody starts here. Um, I think it's pretty obvious for dwarves. They usually start on H5 and on one of the hexes in the eastern side of this peninsula, E5 or G8, um, depending on probably where others start. Preferably E5. Um, there will be halflings or cultists coming here probably. They shouldn't have problems connecting this game. There is no green, no blue faction here, no red faction. So all these greens in the center and the reds should be pretty open. Unless someone like Fakirs go for a rampage for early hexes here. Uh, Other than that,
No, they've got those greens. Yeah, they've got the greens.
mhm. Yeah. So yeah, dwarves are definitely pretty strong here. With late dwelling events, sure. Alchemists, I think they must start on E3 right in the center. It's just such a good hex in both expanding, connecting, and everything network wise. So I think that's pretty much given. Their second dwelling usually goes to D5 or somewhere in this triangle, D5, A3, C2. Or H8 isn't out of the question. This can be also a pretty nice lich triangle for yellow, black, and gray faction here. Um, I would assume factories go for their regular starting spot, so that would be C5 right in the center and um, either H7 or I4 in the south. Mm, and yeah, and halflings. There's well, that's actually very interesting. There is Well, it's very nice map. Usually the whole round one revolves around the center area. Uh, right now we have only well, we don't have that many factions here. There won't be a lot going on here. So the other thing that I'm seeing
Mm.
is dwarves just digging through all of these, green and that red hex and going up north. Um, all D7 can be taken by fakirs maybe, but that's still a possibility here.
Yeah, it's tricky on this map, isn't it? You don't really know where they're going to go, and I guess that's kind of what we saw with Ninja in his Fire 2 final. Is it was all a bit unpredictable, especially with the grey factions of where they went in the end.
Hmm.
But it's tricky with halflings. Everywhere they go, you do feel like they either want to expand onto yellows that fakirs are going to be blocking them, or blacks that are going to get taken by alchemists. So yeah, I can see why this is tricky for halflings.
We've got the game. Haligh jumped onto the halflings here. I'm not
Oh,
surprised by that. He likes his halflings. And yeah, they start putting their first dwellings. H4 halflings, H5 dwarves. Pretty predictable. Uh, I'm not sure if anyone remembers a very nice game without landscapes where dwarves get beaten down to 9 victory points here. That's what happened here. Bicegoa on dwarves. We've got Ginooo on fakirs for 14 victory points. Against halflings that can be tricky, and dwarves can cause some problems by taking some of the reds too. But I think they should be okay. And yeah, the one thing that I have no idea what to think actually is alchemists here, and I'm curious what Xevoc is gonna come up with here. It's
He's
always
having a think. He's
yeah.
having a think about it.
Um, Ghostly says that he has seen Xevoc play some Monster Alchemist games on this map. Yeah, well, Xevoc's got a lot of experience in Very Nice. Um,
He knows how to get out of a tricky spot generally.
yeah.
And yeah, we talked about that on the podcast, right? He does know how to play Fire and Ice, and he was leading the team when in that first Fire and Ice match in the international clash that Team Europe won as Swarmlings. He was in the hot seat for that one. He definitely knows what he's doing.
No doubt about it. But
He beat you in qualifying as well, super.
well, yeah, I beat myself because my game was just horrible. Um, but yeah, generally, yeah. I've played him a couple of times. I don't remember on Very Nice map. Yeah, he usually wins against me. Um,
he is really having a think though. And there he goes. He goes in the southeast and up
yeah.
in the northwest. So
Okay, so no E3 here. Well, yeah, now that I think about it, that E3, well, who else is gonna take it? And at which point? Probably nobody. Um, Halflings will be nowhere there unless they double dig D7 and single dig E3 at some point at the game. Uh, but yeah, I'm curious also which pasta Alchemist will pick. But with these starting spots, I assume he's looking at the single or double dig. So
yeah,
if he gets a temp ship, uh, there's a high chance that fuckers get the spade or priest, and he
mm.
probably relies on dwarves taking the worker power action, so that halflings won't be able to double dig first turn. And he's also relying on others starting around his dwelling on H8 and giving some leech. Yeah, I can see a lot of ways where others can deny Xevox his opening here.
He gets a neighbour in the northwest for Kiers joining him up there, and he gets a neighbour in the southeast. Dwarves join him down there, so he does have two neighbours. So if he did want to go double temple, he's got the neighbours to
That's
do
awesome.
so.
Yep, Bone 6 is in the game. That's possible.
So yeah, he's got a bit of flexibility. I wonder what he's planning.
The only
We
thing
know
that
he
I'm
plans stuff out.
the only thing that I'm worried about Double Temple is that Alchemists, if they open Double Temple, they want to get Earth 1 and Earth 2. And as we've said earlier, there is a high chance we were gonna see Earth 2 Rash here. So yeah, I'm not sure if they will get both of them here. But yeah, we'll see if he goes for Double Temple, maybe, probably.
Does he get Earth 1 and then a double dig? But he's not getting a lot of leech, is he?
He might get 0 leech actually. Everyone can just upgrade right in the south.
Yeah, this is tricky. I
Okay,
guess
so
that's what he was thinking about with his placements.
we can already see some tension between halflings and fakirs right over here. I'm talking about E1, G2 hexes. Uh, both of these factions want them. Fakirs can double dig somewhere in the south to connect their yellow hexes and build town right there. But G2 hex can be is extremely important for both of these factions. That allows Fakirs
Do you
to
think? Sorry, I was going to say, do you think Halligh's considering laying there now?
on E1.
Yeah. Oh, he's gone in the
Yeah, he's
east.
got F4.
Ignore me.
Yeah, so yeah, it's probably a double temple for Alchemist here. Xevox takes Bond 6. Fuckers get a spade, so yeah, that's still a pretty good deal for them. They're probably looking at the priest action here, which yeah, might happen. Um, as I said, the priest to Earth is extremely strong here, and also fuckers got a couple of good hexes that they can fly to without extending their range. So if they single dig E1 this turn or I3, they can jump to G2. I'm not sure if they will prioritize that much here. And dwarves, Bicegoa is pretty happy with priest. I would assume priest to Earth as dwarves in this setup.
Oh yeah, glorious. Yum 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 yum. He's happy with that.
I wonder. Let me check if. Yeah, they're still there in the voice chat. So okay.
Oh yeah, so all four of them are chatting. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder
Yeah.
how much they're talking about.
Bone Fox for
Do you know what Bomb
memes.
5 is? I don't know what Bomb 5 is. I've got no idea.
Neither do I. Probably
well, we're
worker.
seeing
I would assume worker power. Because like temp ship. Maybe that's why. Yeah.
yeah, so he's shipping.
Yeah, guys are spinning up. We're playing in training mode, and they know exactly that they need to speed things up so that we do not sit here for like 3 hours. First training post coming up. Um, Nothing surprising here, I would say. Okay, and now we can see Halflings double digging with their temp ship.
Ooh,
Yeah,
wow,
and Xevoc's in trouble a bit.
that's spicy, right? That feels spicy to me. I don't know what
And
I'm talking about, but that
yeah,
seems good.
fuckers aren't happy with that either, I would assume. Um, Halflings already took one of their yellow hexes and they're threading another one pretty much soon. Earth 2 dwarves.
Bitchy
No, Earth 1 dwarves. Okay,
Earth 1. Okay,
that's still
there we
pretty good.
go.
He paid a lot for these dwarves and they're dwarves on a very nice map. That's understandable.
Still Earth 2 though.
Yep,
I mean,
another Earth
surely
1.
that would be good here.
So again, I was wrong. I was clearly wrong, and that's why I'm not the part of Team Europe player team. Everybody just rushes Earth 1 here.
I hope they're getting on in the chat with that spicy dig. We have to think about the fact that we want Team Europe to win the International Clash next year, and if they all fall out and hate each other, that's not good for team morale. Hopefully, this is team building, not team breaking.
Yeah, it's no. They test themselves. Just that.
It's sparring.
Oh, and
Halflings get the priest.
That's pretty strong. Yeah, dwarves
And
send their priest to Earth, obviously.
yeah, snap it into Earth. Yeah, very nice, very nice.
I wonder what Haligh plans to do with his priest. Possibly put it to Earth anyway. Get Earth 2.
Yeah, it's still probably the best, isn't it? It's still 2 coins now. Well, I mean, it's 2 coins wherever you send it now, but it's probably going to get him at least 1 spade, and yeah, seems good.
Unless he wants to secure that free spot on water. Fuckers go on I3. Okay.
Makes sense. So they're connecting round. They've been sort of blocked in the east by that temp ship dig by halflings, right? So I don't know. They probably don't get east at all this game. They just play in the west, I guess.
Yeah, they can move somewhere up to the north, but they will need to extend their range unless they somehow manage to get through G5 E2 line there. That depends when dwarves are gonna dig those hexes. And oh, it was because
So Earth 1 has gone.
Okay, I missed that. Fuckers took the Act 5 here in last round, so he got 2 spades. This first round seems good.
Yeah, he's pretty happy with that, I think. Yeah. Double Temple does come up for Alchemists, so they have gone Earth 1, Earth 2, as we expected. You called it. Did you call it? Or did I call it? One of us called it.
Well, you called it. You said that. I missed the opening, so yeah.
But yeah, after that, they're in I mean, yeah, it's not looking happy for alchemists, I don't think. I guess they get up to the northwest and try and make some towns. Can they dig through to the east? I don't know.
Yeah, I
Tricky.
think dwarves are coming to F6 and or H9 at some point of this game, so alchemists can easily make a town around E6 as long as they beat halflings to it. Um, and yeah, well, he's got neighbor in the west too. The only thing that I'm worried about is he'll manage to connect. Uh, he may somehow. Well, no, he's not connecting for himself. There's no way these guys are letting him do it. Well, unless he digs I7 and G6, the green. That might be the option, but otherwise he will have to move up to the north. And yeah, with double temple opening, he passes on the spade bonus tile.
Yeah, so he's got a spade and he's going to have 2 priests start of next round. So yeah, he can get. I mean, he can get quite a lot of places
Mhm.
with that,
Yeah,
with
he's
those
got
2
options.
priests. Yeah, that he can swim away, or ship away quite happily. So yeah, that does feel pretty good actually.
Yeah, he's got a lot of options. And dwarves are going for their second temple too. Yeah, so we actually see all Earth 1s and Earth 2s taken. No surprise here with all these early cult rewards from Earth Cult.
I'd love to hear from Ninja how it plays out compared to how he expected it to play out. I mean, I imagine this is the kind of thing he was looking for. It seems, yeah. In hindsight, you get the Earth 1 race and then you get the Earth 2 race after. It's quite interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Okay. Cool. He's getting his Earth 2, and they're all gone.
The Earth shop has shut. It's closed for business. Earth is sold out. And it looks like dwarves are going to win the Earth cult with that as well.
Yep. Probably.
Haligh sent his priest to water, so he got the 3 spot on water instead of trying to contest Earth in any way. That does mean that he's not going to get that. I don't think. Oh, he's got a priest. He can send it this round and get to the 4th spot.
Yeah, he put that priest to water in the round 1, so yeah, pretty good call. He just secures that as the free step priest, and now he can get his priest to Earth anyway to collect that cold spade and some more coins in round 3. If he wants to do it now, yeah, he does that.
And the Earth shop has fully shut now with all Earth spots taken. Love it.
Yep.
Ginooo. Oh no, Gino's got the cult step, and that gets him to the 4th step. It's almost like these are the best players in Europe. Super. It's almost like
it's
that.
almost like it. I wonder how that
Or
happened.
the best players that were popular enough to get voted. There may be better players. So alchemists, one of their priests has gone to Earth, so he's only, if he does advance ship, he's only getting to
The priest
1
power
ship
action
this round.
The priest power action is still there. He might take it right now, actually.
I guess even with 1 ship though, he gets to B3 with that dig he's got on his bonus card, and he's got A3 and C2, so that's still nice.
Yeah, he probably is looking at the worker action here. He doesn't have to take it now, I would assume. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's eyeing up on that two workers action here. He also can get spades from Act 5 or Act 6 here. Yeah, he's got options. He goes for the workers here. Safer play. Yeah, he can still get a priest if he manages, and that means 4 dwellings this round, if others allow him to do it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else is going to burn for. Well, Fakirs might want a priest actually. Fakirs would be happy with a priest right now.
Sure, but that makes them go below 6 power tokens. Actually, they will be left with 5. And with halflings and alchemists in the game, it's well, it's pretty much possible both of these factions are gonna upgrade digging, so the Act 6 will be open to them and dwarves. There's less competition, so they're probably gonna stick to their 8 power tokens from now.
Yeah. So we think halflings are going to upgrade digs, do we, next round?
I think it's pretty early usually, but he's got, uh, yeah, maybe,
Okay,
maybe.
Xevoc has
No,
dug.
it's double dig from Haligh. He just had nowhere to put his second dig.
Oh, sure.
Well, he will have to hard dig it this turn, I guess. Otherwise, alchemists can take it if they get their hands on that freeze action.
Yeah. Do they want to take it? I guess maybe they don't even want to go there. It's not that good for them. Interesting.
Hmm. Yeah. I wonder what. Yeah, dwarves just Bicegoa is just putting his priest to the cults. Um. Yeah, that's probably correct. As we mentioned, there's no clear cult faction apart from dwarves, so um, he will probably get a lot of these points from cult here.
This seems pretty good for dwarves, though. If they can just lock up cults early and then wait until later on to build. I mean, if they're building trading posts, they're going to have to build some dwellings at some point. But because they've not really got any any pressure on their red or green hexes, they can just kind of wait and yeah, get those 3 spots. They got the 3 spot on air as well. I guess this is why they were bid down, but they've got quite a nice sort of gentle, easy start here. They're pretty happy, I think.
Sure. Although these red hexes aren't that safe here. For example, G7 is just a double dig for halflings, and that also opens a possibility for a town there. So there is a little bit of pressure, I would say.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Also, fakirs can just fly to G5 or something like that. So, yeah, I think dwarves are in a pretty safe spot. They just shouldn't delay claiming their key hexes for too long here. But they've got the 2 spades coming from the cult, so that actually solves the problem here.
Yeah, I want to know what they're talking about. We said we wouldn't go in the voice chat. I want to go in and listen to them.
Well, you can go and come back and tell me what they're talking about.
Someone else can. Anyone with our Discord could. Xevoc did take the priest power action, so he has got his second priest. So he's got 2 priests in his hand. He's got 4 workers, and he's got dig. So he's pretty happy right now.
Yeah, ending round 2 with 2 temples and 4 dwellings is pretty good. You don't always get
I
that.
guess he does build on. Sorry, Karen.
All I wanted to say is that you don't always end with 4 dwellings after double temple opening, I don't think. So yeah, that's pretty good for him. Carry on.
I can't remember what I was going to say. I was going to say maybe he does build on that black now if he gets to 2 ships. It's sat there for him. Is there a really tenuous connection path through the south if he takes that black? No, there still isn't. He'd need the green. He need the green and then the blue. You need G6 and I7 to connect through there. I can't imagine that the table are going to let him do that. But
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. There's this G4 open. Haligh didn't secure it. Alchemist can go and swim over there, but there's the thing. I'm not sure if they get a lot from taking that hex because um,
no,
usually as well, first of all, it doesn't secure their connection. Uh, Second of all, it's another stranded structure, and alchemists usually want to build up their towns. So every dwelling that isn't part of the town can be a problem. They usually connect and they spend dwellings on it. But if he isn't careful and maybe somebody decks his town spot somewhere else, um, he might be short on structures. So yeah, but it's still a pretty big gamble from Haligh here.
Yeah, agreed. Bitchy has got a bit of has done a tunnel, so he's tunneled across to F6 already
And
to
yeah,
get out of
look at that.
dwelling.
You were worried that these guys are gonna fall out or something. Well, you can see how like digging hexes for Xevoc. I mean, it's the power of friendship.
Exactly. It's so they can't. They actually need to be better at arguing. They need to be more aggressive. Maybe they're playing it as a 2v2 or something. I don't know. Maybe they didn't tell us that they were going to do that.
Yeah. So I wonder what Haligh was thinking while doing it. He probably just missed the fact that alchemists can ship twice. I cannot imagine that he wanted him there, so that's probably just a blunder here.
Surely you dig the center red. You dig D7
Yeah,
to
even
yellow,
or
and
G2
you're like,
to the yellow hex in the west to brown, or yeah, or even G7 to yellow wouldn't be that you know that weird. So
I guess the other thing is that was Halfling's connection hex, really. So do they? It's hard to see them connect. I mean, they're going to have digs upgraded, so they can kind of dig whatever they want,
yeah,
I guess. But do they get G3 and F3 to connect? I
um,
guess they do, maybe.
they can also connect for G2 and free shipping to E2 even
Yeah, yeah,
this way. So yeah, that I think that he's still got options here. Uh, if he is fast enough. Uh, I know maybe Haligh wanted to hard dig it at some point, but changed his mind and just figured, well, I'm gonna lose this hex, but that's all right. He changed his strategy here, the line that he chose maybe. But yeah, let's. I'm pretty sure we're gonna ask him about that at some point. Um,
yeah. There's no benefit to advancing ships, so if he could have connected off one or two ships, that would have been nice at the end of the game. But yeah, seems unlikely now.
mhm. Yeah, as we said, Xevoc is gonna end with for dwellings. Yeah, he's probably wondering if debating if he wants to dig E6 or B3 or F5 even maybe,
Yeah, he's got
or I7 just to secure. Well, halflings are
he
doing
can.
weird things here, so oh yeah, he's going for I7 just to secure it. Cool.
Okay, yeah, that's good, isn't it? And then he's got in the northwest there. Xevoc.
Yeah, he
Should
might
we
connect
can?
for the center if he gets G6.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah, that
see.
puts a bit more pressure on dwarves, doesn't it?
Yep,
Dwarves
definitely.
connection is now looking tricky. I mean, and this is the other thing that we meant. I think we did mention it, but this is the ninja's evil plan: is you've got those two dwelling rounds at the end. How many dwellings are you going to build ahead of that, and how many are you going to just wait till the end? It's everyone apart from halflings have got Earth 1, so you're still scoring points if you're building dwellings now. But do you want to leave them to the end? It's tricky.
Sure.
We've got some cult spades. Dwarves have two of them, so they're thinking about where they're gonna put their cult spades now.
Well, he's got. Well, there can be seven. Well, F5 maybe no. Yeah, just F7. And I know G5. hmm Although I think there's much more pressure on G7 there. Xevoc is gonna. He might actually upgrade his digging next round. So yeah, he might have taken that F7
Oh,
away.
sure, yeah, he's definitely gonna upgrade digs, isn't he? He's got 8 worker income.
hmm
Um,
He's fourth. Well, we'll see who get. Yeah, if he even probably gets the worker power action.
woo, nice.
hmm
Halflings do have 2 priests coming in. How have they got that? They've gotten the priest pass tile. That's decent. Xevoc's also back on the big buildings tile. He's not gonna build the stronghold, is he? That seems that can't be worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or the other thing that he could do. Well, I assume Fakers are gonna take the double dig or dwarves even here. I was thinking if he could go for the stronghold and spade actions, because round 3 is still pretty early for them to upgrade digs. But yeah, that line's probably still better here. Um, Halflings.
Whatever he does, carry on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that halflings are almost 100% upgrading their digging here.
Yeah, they've all got a lot of workers. I don't fully understand how they've got so many workers. Halflings do have quite a few dwellings out, I guess.
Yeah, and Earth too.
Earth 2, sure. Yep.
It's round 3. It's okay, I guess. If it was round 4, he would have. If he passed now, he would have 17 workers. But no, it's just round 3 digging. We'll see about that. And yeah, dwarves are in a pretty weird spot, I would say. I wonder what hexes should he prioritize here. G7,
I know what he's
G6,
saying in the chat.
that requires a tunnel,
saying, Bitchy will be saying his trademark, wait a moment, which is what he always says in something like this, as he comes up with a mad line.
Yeah.
Wait a moment. Is he considering taking the double dig now? I
would assume
figure
so.
he probably is.
Yes, but...
He must be looking at G7. Did you say that already? You probably said that already.
Yeah. G7 and then what? He's got 5 workers and the tunnel costs 2. Maybe that's worth it. He might just secure G6 now. Or I don't know. Well, yeah, he's got some options still. So that's a pretty big decision. He's not gonna with all these guys, alchemists and halflings running around his hexes. He needs to spend his spades very, very carefully. Every hex matters here against those guys. So.
Yeah, against this opposition. You can't blame him for having a think here.
Yeah. It might be like, these are the only hexes that I'm getting this game anymore. Which ones would I want? Yeah, something like that.
This reminds me a bit of when we played the training matches, and me and you and other people were regularly playing against like Xevoc plus one team, which was like Ginooo, Haligh, and Bicegoa all teamed up. And they'd be like, "Do you want a training match?" And you'd say like, "Oh yeah, I'll have a quick match." And then you'd log into it and you'd be like, "Oh God, what am I doing?"
Yeah. Good old times.
Yeah, can't wait for the next international clash next year. Hopefully, good tournament. So Bitchy does take the double dig, and he has done what we said. He's gone G8, secured that, and then he has tunneled across to G6, spending those extra workers. So he did think it was necessary. He builds on G6, and while those guys still don't have upgraded digs, he can secure that G7. So yeah, he thought it was worth it. He had a think, he took his time, but he's gone for it.
Yep. Now it's Gino's time to get the spade here. Although I would assume that first he would want to jump onto I6 and then single dig I5. There are actually no other hexes that he can get to. He needs his town real quick in order to extend his range. Otherwise, he's out of this game. So yeah, that's his #1 priority. So he's probably thinking if he wants to take the single dig now or just fly to I6 to get more points from priest.
Yeah, that's a good point. I wouldn't have thought of that. That's good. That's a good thought.
Yeah, although with double temple already in round 3 and so many yellow hexes still available to him, spending that priest, well, I don't know. I wouldn't.
He did take air 2, so I guess he's gonna have a bit of a play on the air cult. Maybe dwarves have got Earth. Well, it's also got Earth locked up, and they're fighting fire. So maybe Ginooo thinks he can win the air cult, spend a few priests there. But he does single dig, and he flies with his single dig over to F2 in the west. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, that's 2 dwellings. I'm not sure. Well, maybe he's afraid of losing these hexes to halflings and alchemists. I5 is pretty safe. Halflings haven't upgraded their ships yet. That's also pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's true. Halflings. So are halflings just digging with no shipping this round? I guess they are. They're just going to dig in the center island, presumably. Yeah, that's what they do, right?
Yeah, as long as he decides to go for the upgrade digging line. I know. Maybe he wants just to herd dig once. No, he's just upgrading digs. Good for him.
Upgrading digs. Yeah. Come on, this is what Ninja wanted. Come on, guys.
Yeah, well, the digging thing will start soon. Yeah, there will be a lot of those very tiny decisions here. The thing that I notice right now is that we've got 2 heavy digging factions, which would be halflings and alchemists, and we have 2 extremely fragile factions on Fire Nice map. That would be fuckers and dwarves. So every time one of the yellows or grays that was open to them is taken, that's actually huge. That's a huge blast. So
Yeah.
we've got two big boys running around and dwarves and fuckers trying to sneak around and claim their hexes
Yeah.
before others go on a rampage
Yeah.
here.
It's a really interesting setup, and I love this point at the start of a digging round when. So what have we got? We've got halflings on a single dig upgrade at this point. Alchemists still haven't upgraded digs. I guess they're not actually, but that's another story. And you're waiting for those digs to get unleashed, and you're trying to secure those hexes before the digging factions come in.
It's like the storm is coming, you can feel it.
Yeah, you're like battering down the hatches, securing your hexes. But on that topic, alchemists send a priest to water. They have sanctuaried for water 1 with that big building, so it doesn't look like they're upgrading digs.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, well, there's always this thing with digging around 3. That's actually still fairly early. Around 4 is way better. And Xevoc's probably decided that his economy isn't, wouldn't handle upgrading digging at this point. So instead, he just decided to go for the sanctuary, which is still, I can completely understand that he needs to get points here somehow.
Oh,
What
he's going to
happened?
build the stronghold.
Um,
He's going to take the workers and build the
oh,
stronghold in the south.
okay, good for him. Yeah, seems pretty strong with big building pass tile. Uh, well, I'm curious for how long he will delay building his dwellings. He's got 15 victory points right now. How is he catching up with uh, 2 big buildings, a temple, and 3 dwellings going into round 4 trading post round? Maybe he decides to go
Yeah.
for him. Oh, will that be? No, 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 no. Well, I'm thinking. Well, the codes are still, pretty much open. Anyone can get a 2 key town and dominate all the other 3 codes apart from Earth.
Yeah. He's looking at water. I mean, he's got a spade and a priest coming back from water. He is splashing the cash with his alchemist's coin versions, though. This is going to be another 6 points, although you get them back. Yeah, you get them back from the past tile, but yeah, he's spending a lot of alchemist's money.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say there's for those joining late, this is an exhibition match with the Team Europe team from the International Clash. Ginooo, Haligh, Xevoc, and Bicegoa. They're playing against each other. It's not a teams match. They're playing against each other, reuniting after playing as a team in the International Clash. And this round and scoring tile setup was given to us by Ninja, who is the reigning Fire to Open champion and an Italian, just like Bicegoa and Ginooo. So this setup was tailored for these guys very kindly by Ninja for us.
Yep, and Ninja clearly knew what he was doing here. Uh, yeah, this if you just take a moment just to look at the board, um, it looks pretty weird, I would say. You know, there's I mean, imagine a Fire Nice map, a game, any Fire Nice game. That's not the setup. That's not how all the structures should be here. There should be some, witches running around the center, and anything like that. Mermaids swimming around, swarmlings. They're swarming things in the east or something. But yeah, instead we've got a couple of weird dwellings from halflings, two big buildings from alchemists in the south. We've got dwarves who started with like 9 victory points here. Um, yeah, and then we're still waiting for these two last dwelling rounds. Uh, yeah, I'm a little bit confused, I would say, about all of this.
We can.
I'm not
Did
I'm
you
not
see me
used I'm
post
not
earlier
used to
about?
it. I'm not used to this kind of setup.
Yeah, I was thinking we
Right.
could check on the wiki because Semi Old Guy's amazing wiki for the Fire to Open has all the setups and stuff listed, and yeah, we can check. But I'm pretty sure we didn't see anything like this in the Fire to Open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good one. So Xevoc did build the stronghold, as we saw. So he's got a stronghold sanctuary down there in the southeast. He's out of workers for this round, although he's got all his power. He's got all his power from the stronghold in bold 3, but there's not much he can do with it. I mean, he could convert to some workers. I'm not sure what he's going to do with it. He's down to 9 points compared to Halfling's 50 points. So
After the
that's a bit
digging run.
wacky. After the digging run. He's going to have to build a lot of trading posts and dwellings.
Yeah, well, yeah, he starts building some dwellings. Understandable. The other thing is that, as we expected, although there's still a chance for that, alchemists are not connecting for south. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, and looks like they will just that a G4 dwelling is not gonna be part of town. Um, as I assumed earlier, unless he decides to take F3 bridge to D5 and dig G3 or dig C3 and build another bridge, then yeah, that's gonna be a part of town, but it was just a safe spot for him here for a single dwelling.
Yeah. He's playing a
But
clusters match.
well, he's not building 4 towns anymore. That thing is certain. Um, yeah, I'm not
I had
sure.
a no towns alchemist match in qualifying for Fire to Open,
Oh,
and I lost.
oh, super. Oh, okay.
It didn't go well. That's what I'm saying. Haligh is, as halflings, is digging up that center island. So yeah, like you said, where we expect to see all of the different factions competing around that central red in D7. Instead, we've just got halflings who've just claimed it all for themselves and are just gonna turn it all to brown and make it theirs, I guess. A big town in the center.
Yeah, Gino's gonna be careful. Soon he will have no hexes to jump to. Yeah, fuckers are. Well, they still have, some things going on for them, but I'm pretty worried about them. Dwarves can easily build their 2 towns. They have still some hexes to jump to. That's probably won't be, they won't be very competitive on network, but they're gonna score with cults a lot probably and some jumps. Maybe they will upgrade digging. and do some digging dwarf bombs. So they're
Yeah, can dwarves tunnel? They've got a few tunnels, haven't they? Still, I guess later on to get their dwellings down. They're going to struggle to get to the west. They're kind of well, no, they can't get to the west at all, can they? They absolutely can't.
Well, that's usually what happens with dwarves. You rarely see games where they are both in the west and the east, and they connect. That's almost impossible for them.
Sure.
So yeah, they're gonna
So,
fight to the east and center.
Haligh does get E2, so that is his connection hex on 3 ship now, secured. I guess if he wants it, he gets F3 at some point.
Yeah, just to
and can connect off 1 ship. Yeah.
Sure.
I don't think anyone well, maybe alchemists take it, but again, alchemists don't have the dig upgrades.
Just yet, right.
So we're into the trading post round. We've got water 1. Alchemists have it already.
Yep.
It's Bicegoa's action. He probably does want a sanctuary maybe there in that middle. So we might see a sanctuary. We might see sanctuaries for water 1. For Kiers, could sanctuary for water 1, but then they're gonna have no workers. So
they can just
don't know
go
whether
for
we
temple.
see water 1.
Or even they can simply dig I5 and build another trading post just to finish up their town. I'm not sure if they will need water 1 that much here. Well, it's pretty good, but still got a lot of those trading posts to place. But that's still a possibility. And as you said, we see water 1 sanctuary from the dwarfs here.
Oh, super! We're so good at this. This is easy commentating on game.
And everyone was like, how these guys are casting, it's pretty much, you can see it's pretty easy. You just say that, well, he's gonna take that. If they do not do things that you expected, that you predicted, you can just say that they're better than you. If they do exactly what you've predicted, well, you're just a great caster, That's fairly simple.
Just to be clear, that's
okay.
sarcasm.
It's a double dig action from Alchemist. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. So
I8. Okay. He gets some power out of it. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he just needs to build as many structures as he can right now to both keep his worker economy going while also maybe building 1 or 2 trading posts for some victory points because he needs those points. So
yeah, he's still got. I guess he's got 3. Oh, the 2 key town for Alchemist.
Expect. I wonder if we will see. Well, no, he's got no trading post. I was thinking if maybe Xevoc would consider getting air free here. Although, yeah, probably not. There are other cults to be taken here, I think. But yeah, sure. He's gonna get some priests in round 5 from the water cult. That will help him secure a couple of steps in the last round.
Yeah, maybe. Is he not? Is he gonna just not upgrade digs? Is he just gonna secure some cults now and upgrade digs the final round? Or I don't know what he does here.
He's also got those 2 cold spades coming. So right now he's got at least 3 open black hexes for him. He can open even more. So yeah, there is no need for him to upgrade digging. He's got enough space, enough hexes to do it.
He plays like weird, man. He's like weirdly awesome.
Yeah, you're weird,
like,
Xevoc. What are you doing? That's not how you play Alchemists.
Yeah, he's gonna win 3 cults, 4 cults. I don't know.
Oh, it
I
was
love
a
it.
temple for fakirs for Water 1. Still, yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so halflings missed out on both Earth 1 and Water 1. Not sure if they're that upset about that. They haven't got many spots they can build trading posts
Hmm.
with a neighbor at the moment. So that's, yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one.
Yeah, there's H3. They might dig F5 just to get another, a trading post spot. Yeah, and
Yeah.
still he's probably going just for the 2 towns here, so it doesn't matter if he overbuilds one. Um,
So Alchemist as well are, as well as winning all the cults, are sneaking around to the north to get a connection path, it looks to me. They need some shipping. They're on 2 shipping. They need a couple of hexes that are double digs. I mean, they could even take that brown. That'd be interesting. Now they could take D8 from halflings. That would be an interesting move. After halflings dug that black for them earlier on, they may now take away a brown from them. I don't know.
yeah, I'm not sure if Haligh would really care. The only thing that the 8 does is provide him access to the northeast hexes. But other than that, I think Haligh would be pretty happy with having another neighbor. Uh, he still can dig a lot this game, so it shouldn't be a problem for him to spend another 2 workers on a hex for a town. And Alchemist, in order to take that D8, they would need to hard dig with 3 workers right now. So, and I don't think that Hex is under threat here. Um, yeah.
Yeah. We've got dwarves and halflings both. I mean, halflings don't care about digs, but dwarves are stuck on that 3 spot of the water cult, and there's no free priest spots. Maybe would have been nice to have seen a water 2 in that situation, get them that dig, but they took water 1. They went for basic point scoring.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Let me just get here in a second. Has it Cup? No, we haven't figured out the thing yet. What were the biddings? Halflings were the 30 30 VP faction. Alchemist went for like 25, 26. Fuckers at 14. I should be just writing it down, but never mind. And dwarves were like at 9 victory points here. So yeah, something like that. What happened in the meantime? Nothing really. People just building up their trading posts, I guess.
Yeah, not much. Trading post round, standard. Gino's got a town in the south. He gets his range town. So he does have that
Yep.
extended range. That gives him a couple more natural yellows to jump to straight away ahead of the dwelling round. He's sort of done this round.
Yeah. Well, that's actually he's got only 3 yellow hexes available to him. All the ones in the east. Well, he might get B5 and therefore go to C5, but that may or may not happen. Oh, you're right. Alchemists go for D8, but yeah, with the Act 5 here. So
Interesting. So they take a single spade and go D8. It gets them power, and it does give Haligh a neighbor. So maybe that was a friendly move,
yeah,
like you said. Maybe they're still 2v2ing
they're
it, and
friends.
they're
They're
still on the
friends.
same
Remember that.
team.
They're playing this game
They're
together.
best buds.
Hey man, can you help me out? I need more hexes. Sure,
I need a neighbor. Yeah, I'll
get
give
over
it to you.
here. Get over here. Yeah, thanks, mate. The thing that I'm worried about again here is that alchemists might want to build their town around in the center, and that takes away more hexes from Fakirs here. Gino's got only 3 natural yellows left as of now in north west. Other than that, he would have to dig uh, pretty much every single hex since alchemists are very likely to take c5 there. Even just to block
Hmm.
them, even just to block them, you know.
Sure, yeah. I take everything back I said about casting being easy because I was wrong about dwarves being on the third spot of water. They took a town like they were obviously going to, and they've got onto that fourth spot now, and it's given them a slight lead in the fire and air cults, so they do get that cult dig.
Yeah, but
They knew what they were doing.
um, yeah, sure, but the only thing where are they placing that dig? There are only two hexes they can dig. That's blues, H6 and F5.
Oh, yes.
None of
They,
these hexes actually matter for them, so that cold deck isn't that strong here. What they want to do actually, I'm pretty sure, is to jump to these two gray hexes. He still has access to G3 and A5. And also, it's very common for dwarves to go up north in the east, so jump to D9, D11 and take B9. Very often they
mm,
jump this way.
mm,
Um, yeah,
yeah.
other than that, I'm not sure how many points he's gonna score in the dwelling rounds there.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you said at the start. They had no color neighbors, and they got bid down. So you kind of think that maybe they're going to have, like we were saying, maybe they're going to have free roam of a lot of easy hexes, and they might. I don't know. At that point, you think maybe they're winning network or something. But yeah, they've got one, two, three, four. They've got 7 structures on the board. Doesn't look like they're winning network, or like you said, they're
No,
not
no,
building that
definitely
many.
they're not winning network here. That one that thing is certain. You know, they against alchemists and halflings, that all they need to do is spend one worker to dig your gray hex. A couple of them maybe. Uh, yeah, alchemists also took their to Key Town. Dwarves are still doing pretty good. They won Earth already. They got it locked up. He's got 2 priests income. He can send those to Fire and Air. Um, so he's probably gonna win one of them, maybe both. Who knows? So yeah, there are still some points coming for him, but uh, yeah, it looks like everyone's got issues. Um, we've talked about Fakirs and Dwarves here. Haligh on Halflings doesn't have any scoring favors just yet. Xevoc's catching up slowly but surely. Um, he's now only 30 victory points behind Halflings here. He's got both of his favorite tiles. The thing that worries me now is that he's gonna run out of structures real quick, and I'm not sure if that will provide him that many victory points here.
Yeah, and yeah, it's an interesting. It's weird, isn't it? Because there's no past tile victory points, so you really do have to score off that track in these last 2 rounds. There's no other way you can directly score points that aren't endgame points. Haligh is on the Haligh's on the big building scoring tile, and he's got his sanctuary, so he's going to get 4 points at the end of this round. I think we've got a bit of a stall competition here, haven't we, between halflings and alchemists? But alchemists can outlast them quite happily, can't they, with those 2 priests?
Sure.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
so I
got.
say there's not much scoring, but Xevoc is going to get 8 points on the pass tile next round, so he's pretty happy with that.
Sure, and 2 workers on top of that.
Yeah, he is drinking that up just like you're drinking up your beer. Larks has mentioned something that I was just thinking about as well, which is, do Fakirs connect their northwest sort of stuff they've got going on with their southern town?
The
They
question
could do
is,
so
first
with a
of all,
double
if they
dig.
should even. Um, well, that depends on how many more structures halflings will put. Uh, Fakirs don't have that many yellow hexes as we've said before. So the thing that if they want to connect, network will give them probably 6 victory points. And I wonder if for Fakirs it will be better to dig other hexes that open up more yellow hexes. So, for example, double dig A5 instead of the I1 or G3 to connect. Maybe that will be better, just to open up more yellow hexes.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, just get those dwellings out, get the flights. Xevoc builds out another trading post,
All
so
4 of
he's
them.
got all 4 trading houses down. He's
His
I don't know. I want to say he's pretty happy, but he's only on 36 points.
Yeah. His game looks good. His board looks empty almost. He's got 4 dwellings. He's got Earth 1 dwelling rounds, sure. He's gonna be left with 2 temples on his board probably at the end of the round 5. And yeah, he's I'm positive he's looking at R1 temple next round maybe. Uh, Although he still got, 17 coins coming, and he still might want to upgrade his digging, and ships once. That's a couple of points here and there. Um, yeah, maybe. His cults are pretty good, and he's 100% a winning network, so uh, he might catch up. Halflings do not have any scoring favors just yet. Others also have issues.
Yeah, Haligh's got points. He's got a lot of points. Yeah, it's an interesting one. What's Xevoc thinking about? He's having a bit of a long think here. He's got 1 priest in his hand. We know he's passing on to the big buildings. Is he thinking about which cults he's going to win? Is he going to send it to a cult? Yeah, or is he, like he said, is he thinking about shipping, digging upgrades? He's thinking about something.
Yeah, that's for sure. Or he, um, is doing something else in the meantime. Nah, he just keeps that priest. Yeah, and here are the cold spades. Dwarf's cold spade, one of the 2 possibilities here. Which blue will that be? And alchemists have 2 spades. Um, I'm not sure. He'll probably use some of them in the east, northeast to open up his town. Probably in the center to finish another town, maybe. Does he have enough structures actually? Well, if he gets fire too, then yeah, probably yes.
So he digs D10 with one of them. So yeah, that's that little town spot. Yeah, I feel like he's looking good. Love watching Xevoc play. Love watching him play, and love listening to him play in the international clash.
Yeah.
It was super fun, and yeah, I encourage everyone to be media reps if they can, because it was
Yeah, but try some
great
other
fun.
regions. Well, we're media reps for Europe, so well, hopefully for the
Well,
next upcoming seasons. Well, it can be we cannot be sure if next seasons are coming anytime soon and if we will be voted again. But yeah, you're right. That was
well,
lots of fun.
Sam was talking about making a Commonwealth international class game. Sam the Kiwi. So I might be Brexiting from the Europe
Sam,
one and
Sam the
making.
Kiwi. Sam the Kiwi always cracks me up. But
Which yeah, that episode of Fire 2 on air is hopefully going to be released tomorrow. Is the plan? An episode with Sam the Kiwi. Give that a plug. Give the episode with Xevoc a plug as well. We had Xevoc on Fire 2 on air recently. It was really interesting hearing him talk. Such a legend. It was great.
yeah. Uh, I wanted to get back to the cold spade from Alchemist. He decided to dig D11. And yeah, that's probably the best move for him there. The uh, dwarves we're probably looking at that hex because for one dig it opens up a possibility for another tunnel. So alchemists, just simply block that. Dwarves aren't interested in
Yeah.
that anymore. Um,
Where did dwarves dug H6 to green? Okay, interesting.
yeah, it's
Um,
well, it doesn't really matter.
yeah,
Probably. Although
I guess they don't.
F5 is more likely to be taken by halflings here. I'm not sure why, but they might want to.
Yeah, I guess they want to get some tunneling going as well, so they're going to tunnel to E5. Yeah, Xevoc's got 6 power in bowl 3 right now, and he's got the action. It'll be interesting to see whether he takes the double dig now. That will give us an idea of whether he's going to upgrade digs anytime soon, I think. There are a few hexes that his hexes in the north aren't threatened, so he can take his time if he does want to upgrade dig, but it'd be interesting to see what he does.
Yeah, I wonder if he wants to build a town in the center. Probably. Yeah, that's probably.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
double dig on
Takes the
that.
yellow.
Um, so yeah, he only needs all that he needs is 3 more spades to finish up his town spots.
Yeah, I mean, you're right though. He's got so much economy. Maybe he's just gonna. Maybe he does upgrade digs anyway because he's got the economy to do so. But yeah, he might not need to.
And yeah, poor Ginooo. Yellow hex is disappearing.
Yeah, that's another one gone. He does secure B5 with a single dig in this round. That gives him so that's interesting because he could have flown to A4.
Yeah, but B5
already.
opens up D7 to him. That's a single dig hex that allows him to jump to B6.
Oh, sure, that's nice. Yeah, that's interesting. I guess D7
Yeah, I think
gets
that was the
left to
reasoning
him.
here.
Yeah, I like it. This round he's still got the dwellings so I guess this round he builds A4, B2, D1, and then he tries to get to the northeast next round if the table lets him, probably, maybe.
And he's probably giving up on that orc. Maybe. Well, if he
I mean,
gets
at that
if he
point he
gets
has got.
those, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I think we're saying the same thing. He has got a lot of dwellings at that point, so then it would be nice to connect. But yeah, it's a trade-off.
Yeah, but that network requires him to double dig I1 or I know extend his range once more. Well, another town isn't coming. I'm pretty sure he's not thinking about stronghold. So yeah, and that network will provide him with just 6 points probably. Halflings do not have that many structures yet, but he still has many to build. He's upgraded his digs, so he's probably gonna be second on the network. Dwarves aren't competitive really, so that network gives him 6 points, and opening up every single yellow hex gives him 8 victory points, right?
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how high the scores get this game. We've got Earth 1. Earth 1's all round in 2 more dwelling rounds. The points. Halligh's on a lot of points. Yeah, how many more points are we going to see scored in these last rounds? Xevoc has obviously got a lot of points coming in with 2 towns still to score. And yeah, like we've said, a bunch of dwellings, some digs.
Oh, I missed that Bicegoa on dwarves has a spade scroll here. That's pretty good for him.
Sure. So yeah, I mean he's tunneled over to G3 in the west now. I guess he digs H6, gets that town.
Or if he
built.
wants to tunnel a bit more, he might want to tunnel to E5 first. And, well, he doesn't have enough workers, I guess, to do it this round. So, yeah, you're probably right.
Halflings have got to 2 ship at some point. Not sure when. Or are they on temp ship? They're on temp ship. So halflings are on temp ship. So they've got up to the northwest now, onto B4. You feel like maybe Xevoc didn't actually want many of those hexes, but halflings now can take A3, and then they've got A2 and A1. So that's pretty nice for them to get up there.
Yeah, he might be actually looking at Freetown game here. Just get fired 2 at some point. He's got two towns ready for that.
Yeah, and I didn't even notice that he's not scored a town yet. So yeah, he still has at least 2, maybe 3 towns coming in. There's an interesting fight now, I think, for those northwest hexes. So Ginooo snaps up the B2, the free yellow with a flight. Now that halflings were in range of that, so
yeah, halflings are more likely to looking at his town spot. So A2, he doesn't have that many things left, not many resources. But yeah, losing another 3 yellow hex would be pretty bad for Fakiris here.
Yeah, you're right.
And Bicegoa is disconnected, possibly on a train somewhere.
That's that in in the run up to all the international clash matches. I think Bicegoa played most of them on a train on his phone between Rome and Milan or somewhere. Yeah, trying to join in the voice chat. Yeah, fair play to the guy.
Good times. Yeah, now Xevoc's got 51 victory points. He's got a big building pass tile. He's got Earth 1, Water 1. He's got good colds. He's catching up. He is catching up.
He is. He definitely is. He's got a lot of points to come. He's got 3 dwellings free. You're right. He's got that empty board.
He's got 3 dwellings left still this round. Yeah. He's got 2 spots for them. Well, probably no. He needs more digging, I guess. He wants these dwellings to be part of both towns, so he cannot build on B8. I don't think.
I guess this is partly the thing of having those late dwelling rounds that Ninja gave us, is they kind of left the top half of the map, and it's also a function of the slightly weird faction picks, is they left that top half of the map just not really built on for a long time. And that means now they have got these free hexes. So halflings have now got those free browns in the northwest, and Xevoc's got that northeast corner, like, just ready for them to build on. Totally happy.
So 2 things. First, I missed that alchemists upgraded their digging already. Second, we can see this pair of pretty cool towns right in the center. And the thing that worries me is that Xevoc is gonna upgrade on C3 instead of C5 to make it look symmetrical. And yeah, that's a pretty sad thought.
Yeah, that would be nicer, wouldn't it?
I wonder if
I think he
would, spend 3 additional victory points just to make it look nicer. Probably
I'm
not.
gonna guess I think he wouldn't. He's a tough competitor. You don't stay in Div 1 for so long. If we asked him, he's going into the chat. I'm gonna say that you don't win Div 1 of TM Tour by giving too many allowances for cooldowns, but we can only ask. So yeah, correct Correct to ask. It only costs him 3 points. And yeah, Bicegoa knows what we're talking about.
Yep.
It's the cool town.
Yeah, he's saying facts. The rule of the game. That's
Cool
just
king.
free. That's just free VP.
And you don't want to give Fakirs that leech. Surely not.
Oh yeah, that's actually huge. You know that one power can change anything, everything, and anything.
It can change anything. It might give Ginooo the power to connect and double dig.
Yeah. Who knows?
Where are we at with this? So 3PP in this game is huge. Alchemists are on that big building. They've got like it's a bit weird with this stall race. No one really needs that big building scoring. We've got dwarves have got their sanctuary, halflings have got their sanctuary, so it's only worth 4 points. Other than that, I mean, halflings are out. Halflings have passed. They've got 5 power income, so I guess they might be able to take the coins if they want them. But yeah, you don't get this sort of weird stall race so much with the pass tiles as they are.
Mhm. So yeah, they can pass pretty much at any point of the game of this round. Who do you think is winning here?
Oh, I mean, I have no idea. It's hard enough trying to watch and talk. I guess I feel like halflings are in a pretty good spot,
Mm,
right? They've got a lot of points. They've got the towns to come.
3 towns.
At this
So
point, yeah, at this point, I'm saying halflings.
yeah, who needs favor tiles in a way? Scoring favor tiles.
Yeah, they have taken Air 1.
Oh.
Not sure when they took that.
Sure. With their sanctuary, which
Sure. Okay,
was
so they
moved last
had
round
that.
or something.
So they've got a few points from that Air 1 take. Yeah, it's a pretty cool game. He did get his digs upgraded in the round 3 digging round. He's managed to sort of find some spaces to build dwellings in these last rounds. Yeah, it's interesting for sure.
How many double digs alchemists have taken this game? Because the thing I noticed is that Fakirs took R2 very early, and probably hoping that spade actions will be available to them against halflings and alchemists. And yet alchemists Xevoc just denied the use of that R2 to the fullest, you know.
Yeah, that is an interesting one, isn't it? Yeah, it's a really good point, and you wonder how much that's hurt Ginooo. You don't expect alchemists to be taking that double dig away from you.
He used 6 spades so far this game. Ginooo did.
Yeah, he's not got that many spades, and he's had a lot of his natural yellows taken.
Like free with a single hex, you know, with a single dig on C5.
Yeah.
D7
he's
will still be open, probably.
Exactly. Yeah, he's still got that. He's still got that if he wants it. Which, like you said, it's probably pretty good for him. If he does pass now, he can guarantee the double dig.
Sure, but he cannot guarantee that B6 will be there after he digs D7. Alchemists have 2 temples on their board and 1 more dwelling. I mean, how many workers does he really need for the next turn? He's got all the structures, almost all the hexes that he wanted on board already.
So he's got two. He's got
Spending
2
one
free black
worker on
hexes.
B6 is a pretty good deal, I would say, for alchemists. Getting more points
One worker.
as long as he believes that Fakirs can be a threat to him here, which probably they aren't. Halflings with 3 tiles coming and 20 points ahead of Fakirs are probably a much bigger threat.
Yeah, I'd say so, right? He is he 17 structuring this game? That's still a lot, isn't it? He's only got 9 workers. He needs.
That's 10 workers for both temples, both training posts, and both dwellings. He's got hexes.
Yeah, he doesn't need many digs.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that's possible.
Be cool to see. He did have one of his black hexes just given to him by halflings earlier in the game, which would be interesting to ask them what was going on there.
Yeah, we will ask him for sure.
There's a little bit of. I think the pace was higher earlier. They're having a little bit more of a think now. There's a little bit more to consider with what's exactly going on there. I guess Xevoc's thinking about passing and what he's going to pass on to right now.
He's still got one dwelling on his board. Well, it doesn't give any income, so he doesn't need to do it
He
now.
did it. You won't believe me, but I was just going to say, I wonder if he's thinking about taking the bridge and building that town.
For 11
And
pointer.
So he gets that. Oh, okay, so I was wondering if he would take it to try and stall. Maybe if he took the workers, he could try and deny the pass tile or something. But anyway, yeah, he did take the bridge. So the cooldown's gone out the window.
I think, well, look at the for me, these towns are still pretty cool. I mean, all of them. The ones in the south, brown, gray, yellow, close to each other. The two in the center, alchemist towns are looking pretty nice too here.
Yeah, they're sort of good standard. They're pretty standard, I'm going to say. I'm going to say there's nothing fantastic going on.
There is static. There's, well, the one in the center for alchemist, no one has ever built that town in history of Terra Mystica.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That is probably true. With those, I mean, just those hexes. Yeah, I guess not.
With a bridge.
How many digs is that town? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 digs for a town? And a bridge?
For whom?
For the alchemist's center town.
Oh.
I think it's 6 digs and a bridge.
Yeah, exactly that. Pretty costly, if you ask me.
So dwarves get the sash pass tile off of alchemists after alchemist pass. They do have the sanctuary up.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Ghostly, you're a genius. He said that halflings can bridge to F3 to build a town, and that will make it symmetrical again.
Oh.
And that will allow us
glorious.
To connect with one ship. I'm not gonna ask Haligh to do it. Maybe he will figure it out himself. We're in the round 6 right now. Scores are looking pretty good. Dwarves have no points coming, not that many. To be honest,
they've got no tunnels, have they? They've got nowhere to go.
I'm not sure. At this point, I'm not sure which line would be best for dwarves. Whether that would be just hard digging a hex, building on it, or just upgrading digs, or spending these priests on cults, or getting temples. That's always a bit tricky.
I mean, and in truth, they don't have many resources. It's not that pretty. While we weren't looking, Fakirs have all but secured the air coal off of them with 2 priests. So dwarves are winning earth. They're winning fire. But that's their 2 cults. So they're still best overall. At the end of the day, alchemists are only winning water after taking the 2 key town. So they didn't win all the cults.
They win only one. Yeah, they still got, these easy second places in Earth and Fire. I mean, easy. Well,
Sure.
right now they're easy. That may change, but yeah, being third um, in a tie with Halflings as of right now in Earth. Yeah, that wasn't that good, probably of a 2 key town. Although that probably gave him some cold steps that he needed to get cold rewards and
Yeah, it gave him the
power.
double water.
Support
Yeah,
power, and also
yeah.
denied that from dwarves, which is get some value of itself.
So Fakirs do go into D7 there.
Mm-hmm. With their first move. Xevoc's got a lot of coins here. Yeah. Hunk knows what's up. I wonder if Haligh knows that he needs to take F3 now because that is required of him.
Yeah, you'd hope he would. They've been pretty in sync with each other this whole game, him and Xevoc. So I hope they've still got that dual mindset working away nicely. Super, you're just now just telling him directly. Is Xevoc going to hit B6 and take that away from Fakirs?
I mean, just single-leading it will be well. Yeah, as we've said, depends on if alchemists consider Fakirs to be a threat.
Gino's on 75. He's got 2 Earth 1 flights still to go. Has he? Yeah, he has. He needs to build a few more trading posts. He's got 2 flights with Earth 1 if he is left them to B6 and A9 up in the northeast. So that's 12 points. I don't know if it wins.
Well, he's got Earth 1 and Water 1, so if he builds 2 trading posts and 2 flies to 2 hexes, that's 22 victory points, right? 8 per dwelling per
Yeah,
flight.
it's pretty close. We're also at the point where alchemists have very nearly caught up with halfling.
They're still behind, technically, so yeah. But that will change soon, probably.
Well, yeah.
Halfling still got 3 towns going. Yeah, he'll manage.
I mean, they're all very close on points, actually. We've got a spread of 4 points between first and last at this point. That doesn't mean it's going to stay like that.
Pretty dead. Well, he's gonna change dramatically at the end of the game, I would assume. With halflings and alchemists. Well, dwarves still got some cult points. They're not doing that bad. They've got a pastile. They might, if Fakirs don't connect, dwarves get 6 victory points. Or 3 if they tie for network with Fakirs.
Sure, yeah. Dwarves take the double dig, so they've dug F3.
H9, I would assume, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So that's a tunnel on one of them. So yeah, there's some points there. They've got Earth 1 as well. It's, yeah, giving them, yeah, those are 2 quite nice digs. They've not got much more to do, but that was good.
Do they have, who's got R1? Oh, only halflings for now.
Only halflings.
Xevoc's looking at that with his alchemist probably. If he wants to go to 17 structures, he needs to build both of his temples. One for Fire 2 and one for Air 1, I would assume.
Yeah.
Unless he just...
And...
Well, carry on.
Well, I was just going to say he can get more workers with the town, so he can, yeah, he can do whatever he wants at this point. He's got so much stuff.
Yeah, well, he still needs some points, so that will be priest towns, I would assume. Yeah, and he doesn't need free shipping to connect. He might still do it. That's some good points.
Oh, right, yeah, he's connecting off 2 ships. After all that, he didn't need to ship around that
Yeah.
eastern river. He just
We were
freaking dug right through it.
we were debating whether or not he will connect, right? And now he connects with 2 ships.
Just easy, easy connection. So here comes Haligh with his temple, which we assume is for fire too. So he's going to complete 2 towns right now. He still needs a priest. He needs to upgrade shipping. He didn't take F3, so he actually needs 3 ships if he's going to connect now. So he needs 2 more ship upgrades.
He can connect through D3 with 2 ships. Depends. Probably depends on the which towns are left. Although he still needs to build 1 more dwelling and 2 trading posts, so that's quite a lot of resources, and that triple dig on D3 can be costly too. So yeah, he's gonna run out of workers pretty soon. So yeah, I would assume he just wants to connect with 3 ships, but he needs 2 priests for that.
Ginooo is having a big think about whether to accept this leech. What's he been offered? He's been offered a 2 for 1, and he's thinking hard about whether to take it.
Yeah, or he's just away from keyboard there.
Or that. Or that.
So we're probably just gonna sit around and look at Fakir's trying to fly or flying successfully. Halflings finish up his towns. Alchemists finishing up 1 town and building 17 structures. And dwarves trying to figure out points with what he's got here. Just a tunnel, 1 more tunnel, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, that's the game.
You make it sound so exciting. Right. So, well, here's a critical point. If Xevoc is going to hit Ginooo, he has to do it now. This is the moment where he has to hit B6 because Ginoo's freed up his dwelling. So I don't know if he's thinking about it, but
I'm not sure
he's spending a bit of time on this move, so he might be considering it.
I'm not sure if Xevoc wants this kind of tension within Team Europe.
No, exactly.
So, yeah, I like Ginooo. Maybe not. Maybe another time. I like the guy.
Especially, they are all still in the voice chat together in the Discord.
Oh yeah.
So
they might be negotiating actually.
Yeah, there could be a bit of table talk going on. He's still thinking about it. So
unless he wants to finish up his last town without Fire 2. So that's a temple. That's a trading post and 2 more dwellings.
Yeah, he doesn't have a neighbor.
Well, he's got a lot of coins, so maybe getting another favor tile instead of Fire 2 would be better. Maybe.
Yeah, Air 1 is strong, isn't it? I was gonna say he could dig the green. I think I've got Xevoc worked out. We spoke to him for so long for that podcast. I think I've got in his brain. I know what he's doing.
Why will he dig that hex right now? You predicted it. Whoa.
I thought it. I've got no proof, but I did think when you said he's got, or when one of us said he's got no neighbors, I thought he might dig the green D9 to make the town. And that is what he's done. He still needs to build a temple, then he needs to build the trading post, and then he needs to build the dwelling, and then he gets the town.
And he still got 3 black hex to build his last dwelling after building trading post and temple.
I think we are seeing 17 structures. I think that's what we're seeing.
It's
Not least because while we were chatting, Haligh as halflings did take both priest towns, so he took those with that fire too. So he's going, like you were saying, for I think a 3-ship connection option, and that does mean that Xevoc's best choice of town is probably the worker town. So he's going to have a lot of stuff to do with those extra workers he's going to get.
Well, technically, coin towns are 8 points. If he doesn't need more workers, coin towns might be better. Well, no,
True.
two workers are still resource points, so
Yeah,
essentially the same.
also 8 points.
Yeah.
And
What
also
I'm
the
talking
shipping town is 8 points as well. Huh.
Um,
It's almost like someone designed this game and like made it deliberately.
true.
Although I guess that only works for alchemists, so I'm talking rubbish.
No, you're not.
Thanks, mate. Ginooo,
What did he do? He didn't fly too.
Ginooo has upgraded digs as fakirs. Yes!
Okay.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
Why doesn't he build his dwelling first? Oh, maybe they just figured out, yeah, that Haggis is yours, and he's like, okay, fine, I can take it whenever I want. So he's just pushing his luck here. Or oh, he will connect.
Oh
He's got exactly that,
no!
and he will have one priest left. So he can actually fly and dig and not build, and then fly again and build. And
You're right. That's it. Down in the love it.
maybe that will be enough to get second on network, or at least tie halflings. Well,
He's gonna
because
be. He's
halflings
gonna
still
finish
need
on.
to upgrade their shipping and build one more trading post. So that's quite a few resources there.
Yeah, I think he ties halflings probably. Yeah, I guess no, because halflings get the town in the northwest. Halflings still have a town to come.
Yeah, but that requires. Well, okay, he looks like he's got it. 2 more workers. Well, he doesn't have enough coins for that, probably.
Yes.
To upgrade
it's
shipping
tight.
twice and build one more dwelling with double dig actually. He needs.
Sure, yeah. He doesn't have
So yeah,
an easy hex.
Fakir style halflings on network. Um,
So yeah, you called it right. He flies, digs, and does not build in the southwest on his connection hex.
and dwarves
Glorious.
almost get there too, but yeah, they don't have a spot to build their last dwelling. Unfortunately for them, that would be pretty huge. That would be pretty huge.
This game is close. This is a great game. Halflings have broken 100 points. Halflings are on 102 and have the lead at the moment. They've got very little cult points. Yeah, it's close. They have got Air 1, but
Yeah.
Alchemists also have Air 1
well,
now.
Alchemists did not score that much anymore. Well, Temple, Trading Post, Dwelling, upgrade shipping, I would assume. Send some priest to cults, maybe. That's pretty much it. That's not that many direct points. And Haligh still got a trading post to build, finish up his town, and upgrade shipping twice. That's still quite a lot of points. If he needs 2 more resources, so that will be a worker town, to build a trading post and upgrade shipping twice here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. Ginooo, yeah, Ginooo does connect down there on
Sneaky
that free
boy.
yellow heat with the upgraded Fakir's digging. Have you ever done that? I'm pretty sure I've never done that.
Upgrade digging on fakirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Um, well, it's not,
We
you
should
know, well, usually just for points or maybe when you're stuck you can do it. Well, yeah, Gino just did that for points, you know. That's a pretty good deal.
play the video of the Fakir's party. Have you seen that? Claybo's Fakir party?
No, I haven't seen of the Claybo's
Uh
videos yet. I just
you gotta watch it. The Fakirs get the Fakirs get a party dedicated to them, which you'd like. Ooh, competition for the air cult.
oh,
Xevoc sends a priest to air, and he is going to be able to surpass Fakirs there. Bicegoa passes. Yeah, I mean, we might have missed it. He passes on 100 points, or he has 100 points after passing. He didn't do much in that final round. He sort of sent some priests to fire, but he was kind of winning that anyway. He locked it up, and he says hate this map in the chat.
yeah, well,
Especially
dwarves
hate this map as dwarves.
that's pretty tough. Gino actually typed in the chat that he upgraded digging just for the show. So thank you, Gino, for doing that.
He gives the fans what he wants. Yeah, it's cool.
I'm not sure if Fly plus TP was better. You got some pretty good network points. At least you took some points away from the others. So away from halflings and dwarves, presumably.
Yeah, halflings are not getting another that last dwelling down. So yeah, it is a tie with halflings and fakirs
Pretty
for
good
network.
swing. Well, not like it matters a lot, but yeah.
Is Xevoc building? Yeah, Xevoc is building the final dwelling. He's got the priest. He's going to use it as a worker. There's nothing
Oh yeah.
better.
Well, he can just send that priest to. I know. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think it's a dwelling and it's an Earth One dwelling, and he is going to finish with every structure and shipping up fully upgraded, digging fully upgraded, and a bridge as well.
And he upgraded trading post on C5 eventually. So if you make a screenshot and you cut out Bridgeport, you can, like pretend they're. Although then again the town tile is the wrong spot. So.
Yeah, but as it is, it's kind of a sort of, I'm going to call it like a tadpole. Is it a tadpole? It's kind of a sort of wormy snake town with like a head and a tail on the end of the bridge. I think it's quite a cool town. Firstly, just because it's a weird town that you don't see, but it's quite aesthetic just on its own, actually, I think.
I agree with that. And also the one in the east with 2 temples and 3 dwellings.
Yes. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
They're not like, something I've never seen, but they're aesthetic. They're pretty. They're pretty nice.
Chat's also suggesting a bridge from D8 to D10, which would have been quite a nice town on that east one. Even it's already nice. But here we go. It's the end of the game. Who's won? We're scoring the Colts. I think I don't know who's won. It's Alchemist, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got it. 17 structures.
Nice.
Very nice. Should we jump to the voice real quick?
Yeah. Should we warn them or should we just jump in?
Sorry?
Should we warn them or should we just go in?
They're done. They're done here. Let's go.
Okay. See you there.
Hi
No,
again.
wait, but but I can make more. Yeah, maybe 15 is too much, but maybe 10 works because I can fly one more time, build another dwelling, beat you in network.
I don't
Yeah.
understand. Why?
Hmm.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi.
We're live again. Nice game, fellas. Nice game.
Yeah, that was interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting to play the alchemists in some like weird way. Like normally, you don't do this stuff on this map.
Yeah. Well, there was a
You
lot of
scored
weird stuff.
154.
Yeah. Amazing score. But it was a strange game without witches and mermaids.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Mm.
it's rare to watch a game without these two factions on this map.
Yeah, very rare. And there was no tension in the center whatsoever, so everyone just left it out for the end of the game.
Yeah.
What did you think of Ninja's setup? Was it an interesting setup? Did you think? What did you think of it?
Yeah, let's talk about
Maybe
the very beginning. Really quick.
maybe ask Haligh.
Well, when I was setting it up, I really hated it. Because usually I don't like dwellings round 6. I don't like a no scoring pass tile. I don't like the map.
I don't like the
So
map.
essentially, it was like, wow, couldn't imagine a worse setting. But the factions were fun a lot, and that made up for it, I think.
I don't like the map.
Oh,
I don't really like
Jesus.
Terra Mystica that much.
I don't like you. I don't like you guys, to be honest.
I don't like Team Europe.
I know what I'm
I
doing
know
here.
landscape and nothing special. Since we have it, I thought it's nice. But
Yeah.
no, I don't want to complain. It was a fun game.
Yeah,
It
you were
was
doing
just my
fine
initial
too.
thought.
And then the other thing we wanted to make sure is that this was a team building experience. We noticed, Haligh, that you dug a hex for alchemists there in the south on G4.
Yeah,
You
let's
gave them
talk
that
about
hex.
it. What happened there, mate?
A cooperative game.
Did
I
Xevoc
don't know.
Xevoc just ask, "Hey, Haligh, can you dig a hex for me?" And you were like, "Sure." There you go. There it is.
Actually, my plan was to take single spade that round. I was not planning to take priest for 2 shipping even, but since Haligh did that for me, then I switched my plans.
I don't know. I didn't
But you've
realize
not.
alchemists could advance ship at that point,
Sure.
but then I
Mhm.
thought those power could be helpful for getting coins, which I eventually got. So not sure it was that painful for me.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
I think since you got G2, I think it was okay. It was not that bad. If you don't get G2, then it's pretty horrible.
Blocking the connection.
Yeah, that was an issue.
But you've not fallen out. You're still friends. Team Europe is still strong. Still a good unit.
Yeah, yeah.
I took the loss for the team.
Good man, good man. No, I think it was a nice game. We were chatting all the time. It was like a friend's game. It was nice.
Yeah.
Good one. Yeah, great game. What? Anything interesting on the scoring super that you're looking at?
I was looking at the bonus tile cards VP. So Xevoc scored 16, and Haligh and Bicegoa both scored 4 victory points out of it. So yeah, you hit
Yeah.
the pass tiles really well, even though there is only one of them.
Yeah, well, I actually had like one of the big calls I made in this game, like around 3-3, there was a digging. I would
Mhm.
have had the option to advance my digging twice and
Yeah,
take the
exactly.
worker power action, and then dig. I think maybe I don't know how many times I would have digged, but maybe like 4 times or something, and then
Yeah.
build the dwellings. So that was sensible option, I think. But I went with the like greedy line because I have bond 6 at that point. I went with the greedy line, taking water 1, securing that, taking also the stronghold, like securing a lot of coin income. I think it was the better line, but I was tempted to go to the other line as well.
Sure, there were a lot of different lines here that we didn't expect. I've never seen such towns, and you know, I think it was at round 3 that I realized that I've never seen anything like that on this map. I mean, the hexes that were taken, the hexes that were left. That probably never happened to anyone playing Terra Mystica on for a nice map.
Yeah, because you never see such colors on this map. I mean,
Yeah,
when
I
do
mean,
you see alchemists, halflings,
Yeah.
fakirs, and dwarves? That's
dwarves being
Yeah.
bit down to 9 victory points on a very nice map. That's that's
yeah.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I agreed with that actually.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong here, but still.
I think the only thing that went wrong for dwarves here was that they didn't get E4, D7. I think if they got that, they would have had 3 towns and like really solid game. So
Yeah.
it was
Yeah, maybe.
But
All
for
dwellings,
dwarves, it's also always a big trouble if you were cut off from the west.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And
that's why you need the middle. I think
yeah,
Yeah.
because West was like almost guaranteed to be cut in this game. Both fakirs and halflings won.
Yes,
I
but
I think
go ahead.
yeah, I think all dwellings I built tunneling, and it's really I spent a lot of workers to do it, and th- that hurts my economy a lot, and I just need one dwelling with the tunnel more to
Yeah.
score tons of points more, because I score 8 points more from
And you tie
dwelling
for network.
round, and I tie for network with the fakirs and halfling, and I was sure to take second place here.
Hmm.
But, I think Alchemist game was super good, but at the beginning there was a lot of possibility to losing Heart 1 with the Heart 1 rush in this setup without pass scoring tile, and he was able to take Heart 1. And then with halfling not in the center, he was able to expand for free in the east without any pressure. That was super amazing for Alchemist game. I never thought about this kind of game during the auctions.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think halflings had to take the double spade because otherwise somebody else would have taken it. So they had already invested in shipping. So if they don't take the double spade, I think they don't have a good game. So I think it was the right call for them to actually take
Yeah.
double spade instead of third one.
Yeah.
The other thing about dwarves digging for center E4 and D7, as you've mentioned, with these starting spots where Bisha started, he needed to secure other hexes, and Haligh started taking the green hex already in round 3, right? That was the digging round or something like that.
Yeah. Round three.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm not sure if Bishop with these starting spots had any chance, in terms of tempo to actually secure that center. Unless he
Yeah,
started on E5, which wouldn't be any better
yeah.
though.
Yeah, I would never expected Halfling on F4 at the beginning of the game during auction. So that really surprised me and go bad for me, that
Hmm.
starting spot.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
I think I had a very very bad break when I lost G2. I never expected in this game to lose G2, but I forgot about the cult spade
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
he just could take that hex because of the cult spade.
I
And
think you could have taken that right without sending the priest to cults, right?
Yeah, probably, but at the same time, if you do not see the cold spade, you think that hex is a,
yeah,
safe.
that was
So,
the thing. I missed that, and yeah, after, of course, that would have been better than getting a spade from the cult track. Yeah, that was I think the big blast of my game, because if I can connect via this hex, and yeah, I can make another town there with a bridge, my game would have been much better.
True.
Nice one.
Yeah, I agree. The Fakir game maybe would have been actually pretty good. Getting G2.
Yeah,
So,
G2 was yeah, that killed me
Yeah,
entirely.
but as we've said during the stream, the Fakirs and Dwarves were particularly fragile here against two digging factions or possible digging factions. You know, every hex that you lose as Fakirs is extremely painful here. So you guys, the two of you, were always somewhat under threat. You know.
Yeah, I agree on that. But anyway, it was a fun game.
Yeah, I'm very happy, guys, that we didn't play another witches, mermaids, whatever game.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
was
I
really
think the
fun.
faction setup was really cool here.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep, no one
Nice
has ever
one.
done that. No one will ever do that again. This setup. So
And I think it was the only game, and it will be the only game where the first bit on Fire and Ice map goes on dwarves.
and you can get them for 9 victory points, while halflings are a 30-point faction. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for playing this game. It was a great
Yeah.
experience. Very interesting one. Very different. And yeah, I think we can wrap it up. Is there anything any of you wants to say before we finish it up? No, great.
Thanks for the orga.
Sure. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this thing here, and the streams here. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks every future viewers for watching the VOD. And yeah, see you guys next time, I guess. Bye everyone.